Apathy was a standard post-grunge band from the early 2000s. They're the type of band you've heard a million times before. Basically, they tried to emulate early Nirvana, and they didn't fail per se, but personally, it's just too average for me to keep listening to their music. God, that sounds like I'm a fucking douchebag music critic hipster fuck. Their first and only album, Sax to People, came out in 2001 to deaf ears. Barely anyone bought it, so the album became pretty rare, with no more copies past the first release being, well, released or made. If that was the end of the story, no one would care about Apathy, like the many other forgotten bands lost to the 2000s. That was until a year later, when frontman Luke Helder planted pipe bombs in mailboxes across the US. Fortunately, no one was killed, but Helder did this to, get ready for this, to stop a government overreach. Yes, really. I don't know if blowing a old lady's hand off wouldn't land her to think against the government, but this guy clearly thought it did, and he got life in a mental ward. Apathy disbanded soon after, I think, but their CD became a collector's item, and only 2 songs have made their way online so far. The Skyway Man is a very ahead of its time documentary from 1920. You might think it had like cool special effects or some shit, but nope. It was one of the first films to feature actual death. More or less, a stunt went wrong while filming and 2 pilots died. Nowadays, you think that the film crew would cut the footage or just cancel the film out of respect for the pilots who lost their lives. But as I'm talking about this film in this video, you know they kept the footage in. This, in my opinion at least, rightfully shocked people who saw the film and probably led to the film getting lost. It's unknown where the film is, if it was destroyed or some shit, but it holds, I think, a record for the first film to have real death in it, which, if I'm remembering, like 10 years later, there was a film that like marketed real death in it, so maybe you call this like a snuff film or some shit. I'm not sure. April 16th, 2007 would have been a forgettable day if the Virginia Tech shooting didn't happen. 33 people were killed, not including the shooter who took his life soon after. 12 people alone died in room 211. Before this, a student in 211 called 911, and the following call is the most disturbing thing I've read about. The call is not available to the public for obvious reasons, but there is a quite detailed description of the call, and it's extremely disturbing. Like, I'm not exaggerating like most YouTubers do. It's actually pretty fucking like heart-wrenching hearing about this. The nearly 10-minute call records everything from the moments before the shooter entered 211 to after the shooter killed himself. That's all I'm gonna describe, because even if I could, I wouldn't, due to how just mentally fucked up this description left me after reading about it. I'm usually not affected by tragedies, but this one just really defeated me. That's all I gotta say for Disturbing Lost Media.